Hey, what's going on, people? All right, I wanted to do a quick video to explain how Skool's point system works, in case you're new to Skool or if you've just not been in a community that has these point systems. I've had some people ask questions, especially around some of our courses, how the courses work, and the courses are actually tied to your point level. And it's actually one of the reasons why I switched from our free community to Schools, because uh, I believe this just makes us so much more of an engaged community that the average member is going to want to check in every day or a few times a week. And that just makes for a more pleasant experience for all of us. So, if you look at the classes, if you've been to our classroom on the site, everyone should first go to this start here. That's the first course because it kind of explains how the community works, what the basic rules are, how, kind of the rules of engagement. And then our premier course, which is the Sync 101. And everybody has access to this at level, as soon as you come in, when everybody starts at level 1. But then to get to access to some of the other bonuses, like the paperwork, the one sheets and the split sheets with the one-stop clause, the work for hire clause, to be able to download those. Some of these additional guides, sync cheat codes, which include like the sync licensing dictionary. So all the terms that you really should know to be able to do business in the sync space. That unlocks at level 2. And then at level 3, you unlock the top songwriting song themes, which is a must-have. If every time you go into a writing session, you should have this PDF accessible so that you are sure that you're writing a song that supervisors are asking for. The reference music playlist has Spotify playlists that I curate. Right now, there's just one in there, which is the hip hop playlist for ads. So if you want to train your ear on what hip hop for sync sounds like, that's the playlist you should study. And I will be adding more in there soon. Both of these unlock and become accessible once you reach level 3. And we just added the 2020 archives of our Clubhouse Sync Gems. This is 52 weeks of high, densely packed sync panels with the top supervisors in a time. And even though it's 5 years old, it's never really been publicly available. And so these are not the videos, because it would be 52 YouTube videos, each an hour long, and nobody's going to really watch all that. So what I did was I went and used AI to help make this a full study guide. Went through all 52 videos, pulled out all of the key gems from them, organized them by main subject. And so now you can use this as, what are the key points that we all walked away from after a year of talking to a group of top supervisors in the field who openly shared how they work, what they look for, what kind of how to be successful in this field. It's really a really valuable gem that you get access to as soon as you get to level 4. So what are these levels I keep talking about? Let's go back to look at this. If you go to your profile page, the number in the by your picture shows what level you're at. And then right below your picture, it shows how many points you need to get to the next level. The higher this number is, the harder it is to get to the next level. Let's look here. So if you click on that question mark right by the points to level up, this kind of gives you the whole rules. It tells you how points work. Everybody starts at 0. Level 1, which you get by default, and it only takes 5 points to get to level 2. So how do you get a point? Every time somebody likes something you've done, something you've posted, if they like a comment, if they like a post that you make, you get 1 point. So it only takes 5 points to get to level 2. So what is that? That means if you do your introductory post, the thread where I say everybody introduce themselves, if you do that, if anybody who likes that, you get 1 point. And at the very least, I'm going to like it. I like everybody's post who introduces themselves. So you're going to get at least 1 point, and maybe you'll get some others. If you participate in Music Friday, One or two people will like the music that you post. Very easy to get um, to level 2. In fact, even if you don't make a post, if you leave a comment under other people's posts, and it doesn't have to be a really deep comment, thank you for sharing. That person might like that comment. Boom, you do that 5 times, and you're at level 2. So very easy and quick to get to level 2, and that opens up the downloads the paperwork and the cheat codes. So why am I doing this? Why does Skool do this? And why does it make me very excited about being here? The issue, if you were in the last community, there was not a lot of engagement over there. It was a free community. We had 9,000 people over here. We've only got 150 people over here so far. It'll be 1,000 within a year. But we've only got 150 people here right now, but there's already more engagement with 150 people than what we had in the free community at 9,000, because people only went there if I posted a brief. They went there to do the Sync 101 course, but they never really checked in. They never really looked around. They never commented on anybody else's post. And so it wasn't really a community. It was just like a website with resources. And I envision this being much more. I envision this being a place where we actually want to come. We actually get to know each other. There's a very cool map feature in here. If anybody's seen this, like the map tells you who is, where everybody is in the community. Right now, the Southeast is really killing it. That's where most of our people are, between DC and Georgia, Nashville, Tennessee, kind of that area. But it tells you where everybody is, and so I want us to get to know each other. As we start growing, we're gonna start having meetups in all these different areas. But we can't do that if we're all strangers and we're all living virtually, and maybe other than our jobs, not necessarily engaging or making friendships. So I want this to be that kind of place. So the more points that you get, the more levels that you rise to. But notice, it only takes 5 points to get to level 2, but it takes 20 points to get to level 3. And then each level takes a little more points. So let's talk about some of the best ways to get those points. Really, you get one like for everyone who likes something you do. So if you respond to somebody's post, if you read a post that somebody makes and you like it, say something. Thank you for sharing. That was really cool. Or if you actually really do have something to say about that, or a contrary view, or just want to support it, say that and get some likes. Keeping the conversation going is one of the best ways to get likes, and then people like reading the conversation. You don't want it to be filled with fluff, so you do want to say, at least meaningful things or genuine things. They don't always have to be deep, and I think that's what makes people sometimes stay away. But here's 3 types of posts that are really easy to make, that can get you more points and makes the community much more engaging. 1, inquire about other people in the community. Some people have posted like, hey, what genres do you guys work in? That's a great post. It's not really deep. It doesn't need to be really deep, but people engage in it and they like talking about what genres they work in. It's kind of, think about, like, you don't want to, every post does not have to be a sync licensing panel or workshop. It could be like, think of it more like a FaceTime group or people hanging out in a bar. You're not going to talk about the top 10 success strategies for sync licensing. You're going to talk about what's going on in sports. You're going to talk about, hey, how's the weather on your side of town? Or what was traffic like? And you can ask those kind of questions, hey, it's getting fall. Who's on the East Coast? What's happening this weekend? Or, hey, Black Friday's coming up. What kind of plugins is everybody going to be getting into? So just casual, curious things where you want to know more about other people in the community, that will encourage other people to jump in and talk. So that's one easy way to keep the engagement going. The second thing is asking questions, asking the community to help you, getting the community to answer questions that you have. So it could be, hey, I'm working on a mix. and try and get my vocals up to the front. What do y'all do to get those vocals up front? And yeah, in this day and age, you can take that to ChatGPT, but this you get the benefit. You can still take it to ChatGPT, but bring it here too, because as people answer their questions, you get to learn about them. You get to learn what they're using. You get to learn what plugins they have. So bring questions you have about various subjects. Ask it to the community and let that spark a conversation. So first is asking about the community, and second is getting the community to answer questions that you have. And then the third thing you can do is just sharing insights as you have them. If you're working on a song and you were in the studio today and you learned something like, oh, wow, I tried this new vocal technique and it really, really helped me hit that high note without straining my voice, put a couple of sentences about that in a post. Or it could just be some insight. I heard this cool ad today, and I Shazammed the song, and it was actually a new artist. Here's their Spotify link. That's a great post. So, one, asking the community about them, just to learn about the people, who the other people are in the community and what they're into. Two, giving the community a chance to answer questions that you genuinely have. And then three, sharing small insights as they happen. If you do that regularly every day or a few times a week, you will level up very, very quick. And here's the thing. If everybody is working on leveling up, this becomes a very valuable community. People will see these posts because everybody's not active. There are lurkers in here, and lurkers are okay. I don't want to push them away, but I do want, if there are more people who are contributing other than just the moderator, then you've got every post is value, and other people are going to return here to read that post, and they're going to recommend the site to other people, and it's going to grow. And the more we grow, the more I'm going to be able to do here. Like, as you know, the benefit of having a paid community that's relatively inexpensive is that the more people that we have in here, I can use that money to bring more benefit to the community. I can pay for top-notch supervisors to do all-day workshops where they listen to music and give feedback. I can pay top-notch sync producers to do workshops where they open up the DAW and show you how they produced a song for Fortnite or Call of Duty. Like, we can do those things as we attract more people, and we attract more people by making this a place that people actually enjoy hanging out at. So this is how the point system works, and that's the purpose of it. If you got any questions, just comment on this post, and I like those comments, so that'll be more points. All right, I hope this was helpful. I know hopefully that I didn't ramble too much, but hopefully it was clear. All right, talk to y'all later.